Have you been talking for Paul for a while now?
Yes, I have. I help him with his communication.
How long has that been going on?
Well, he's had to have a bit of help all his life, really.
Yeah.
But since he's come to live with us here in Toowoomba, I help him where possible. But a lot of the shops, he goes there himself. They know him now.
Yeah.
And I don't go with him when he's shopping.
Right.
But there are sometimes if he has to have a repair job done or something like that, well, I have to go and just explain, just what he needs doing.
Are you his older sister?
Yes, I am. Yes, I'm 6 years older than Paul.
Okay.
Yes. And Paul's the youngest of the family.
So you helped him when he was a small boy too?
I helped him a lot because my mother was widowed. She was widowed when my father died when Paul was, he was only 12 months old. And of course my mother, she had to work very hard and I more or less had to be another mother to Paul, I think.
Wow.
I've always felt a little bit responsible for him.
Yeah.
And then after she died, he lived on his own for a little while. Then we thought, well, bring him up with us to try and help him to get rid of some of these toys, to help him that way because he just couldn't do it on his own.
He was doing this on his own?
He was doing it down in Temora too, but his work has improved a lot since he's come up to Temora because he's got more tools and better equipment to work with. So, yes.
And has he got a big workshop at home?
Yeah, I suppose, yes. He's got a nice workshop, yeah.
Got everything he needs?
Yes, he has. Yes, he has. Yes, he's got everything he needs. You can't move in it for equipment.
Well, he's an inspiration.
Yes, he is.
To people with a disability.
And, he's terribly deaf and he suffers very bad tinnitus too.
Okay.
And it's really bad. Sometimes he can't hear for the tinnitus too, the little hearing he has.
Yeah.
And he's really deaf in one ear. He just can't hear at one ear. But he, if he doesn't sleep, he doesn't sleep. He just gets up next day and he works, hoping that night he'll sleep that night. He never complains. And he's really wonderful. And he also has circulation problems too. And he does get a lot of pain with that. He's had 2 operations on one leg and their diagnosis is very bad. If he has to have more surgery, we don't know, but he just hobbles along and he just goes back to work again and he never says anything. He
just a positive attitude.
Yes, he has. Yes, he has.
Yeah.
And he doesn't worry about it.
Does he belong to any groups or churches? Or?
No, he doesn't. Because of his hearing, it's very hard for him to communicate.
And what about Society for the Deaf or something like that?
No, well, he's never ever. Because where we were in New South Wales, there was just nothing there. It was only a little country town. Okay. There was nothing there. And he just, I think he just relied on himself. He's just independent and does the best he can for himself. And
he's happy in his own company.
Oh, very happy in his own company.
Yeah.
Yes, he just doesn't, And we go to the markets, try to go to markets once a month. And people come up and they talk to him and they tell him how good he is and he enjoys that. He enjoys it. And they tell him he's such an inspiration to other people.
Yeah.
But I've never ever heard him sit down and say, why am I like this? Or it's a terrible thing to be deaf. Or he never ever. He just makes the most of life. He used to be a very good dancer.
Right.
He used to do lovely dancing, but he had this circulation problems in the leg and he's had to have 2 big operations and ever since then he hasn't been able to dance. That's old-time dancing, new bow. He was very much in demand really because he was such a good dancer. And in his younger days he was a very good tennis player and a very good squash player.
Wow.
And he was hard to beat. But of course he had to give that up because of his legs. Yes, and with his dancing.
Does he stand up all day in the workshop?
Oh no, mostly he sits down, don't you, in the workshop? You sit down a lot, don't you?
Yeah.
And yes.
Sometimes walking down.
But he tries to keep moving. He doesn't just
walk with time.
because he's got to do that for the circulation. The doctor says it's important that he keeps moving.
Yep.
But he can't walk a long distance because the cramps are too bad. But he keeps moving, and he does exercise every morning. He's got weights, and he does a few exercises, and he tries to help himself all he can.
He looks pretty thin and fit.
Oh, he's very skinny.
Yeah.
He's got skinny too. But no, he tries to keep himself as well if he can. He tries to eat a good diet. He doesn't eat rubbish. He doesn't like what I call rubbish. And no.
So have you had orders from overseas yet?
No, well, we've never ever put it on
So
the web or
if you get a call from or an email from overseas,
yes,
would he take orders?
I think so. Yes, I'm sure he would.
And you'd look at packaging it in bubble
Yes,
wrap?
yes,
and
we would.
Shipping it?
Oh, yes, we would. He's good at that sort of thing.
Yeah.
He's, everything has to be done the right way. If you are interested in any of these toys, if you would contact me on my email address, and then I can send you prices or whatever you want to know about the vehicles or the size of them, an idea of the weight if you need to know that. But they're all made of solid wood. They're all wood.